Hey everybody, you're watching Geek This Week, and today I'm back with
Daniel.
And I'm of course Talon, and today we're bringing you all the geeky news on
IOM Stagecraft.
Black Hole Nurseries.
And Steam banned 1,000 games.
All on Geek This Week.
This week in gaming, if you have recently lost around 1,000 games from your Steam library, you probably play a lot of garbage games. But also, it is probably a game that was owned by a Russian publisher operating under a bunch of other names. Though, Dagestan Technology appears to be the first name used. The games have been banned for abuse of Steam tools like sale bundles. Though, Valve hasn't released any specifics yet. Steam will be working with the publishers to sort out any incorrect banning. That some developers claims the case. We don't have a lot of information on the cause of the ban, but some prominent games like Electric Highways, which had over 1,300 positive reviews, were banned. A couple hours before filming this, some games have started to become unbanned. We'll keep an eye on this story and update everyone next week if you get any further information about this.
For all of you Switch owners out there, you'll have to wait until early 2020 to get your hands on Bethesda's free-to-play game, Blades. In a blog post about the upcoming update, 1.5, Bethesda says that because of all the changes coming to this update, they've had to push the Switch release back until early 2020. Now, aside from letting Switch owners know that they won't get the game until next year, we also got several other pieces of good news. For one, the timers on chests will be removed, allowing players to open chests immediately. We've only been asking this since, day one, whatever. There's also going to be a huge loot overhaul, increasing enemy drops and larger rewards from defeating bosses. Breakable objects will also hold more loot as well now. The other big news is the introduction of PvP. The new version of play, Arena Mode, will be available to players of level 5 or higher. Along with Arena Mode, players will now be able to form guilds. It seems like this update is going to be pretty interesting, and it should increase the playability of the game. We'll see if the paywall is still a little too high after the update drops, though.
This week in movies. If you have not watched The Mandalorian on Disney Plus yet, what are you doing? It's great so far, and yes, we agree that Baby Yoda is adorable. But the technology behind the filming of the show is pretty out there. In the second episode, our lovable bounty hunter, Mando, vaporizes some annoying Jawas and attempts to scale their massive skin crawler with a grappling hook as it treks across the desert or Arvala 7. IOM deployed a real-time 3D projection system called Stagecraft with the goal of being a replacement for green screen altogether. The tech is pretty wild and has been being tested for around 5 years. In fact, an early version of it was used in Star Wars Solo to project the hyperdrive jump. You can check out Unreal Engine's demonstration of that in the link below. But what's so cool about Stagecraft is the immersion that it can place actors into. It also allows for environment changes on set so that you can see changes in lighting based on where the sun might be or if it's night. Perhaps one of the most important advantages for the film industry that come from Stagecraft is the ability to bring the setting to the studio rather than having to move hundreds of people to a set to spend 4 months prepping a set on site. For any size of project, that's a big deal. The only problem with Stagecraft are the displays that require liquid crystal to get the sharp images that you need to make an environment look and feel real. And those crystals take several years to grow, and that can end up being pretty expensive. If this tech can make things look as good as they did for The Mandalorian, we're all for it.
This week in tech. Bird is trying to increase safety with the use of their scooters by offering free rides if you take selfies while wearing a helmet. Given that getting customers of all electric scooters to wear helmets has been a serious concern and an ongoing issue since the electric scooters released, Bird tried to first confront the problem by giving away free helmets and ended up giving away 75,000 helmets over the last 18 months. But according to studies, it didn't do much to encourage helmet wearing. So now they're on to plan B. persuasion through money. In a new update on their app, users are invited to submit a photo of themselves wearing a helmet at the end of each trip. People can post their selfies on social media with the hashtag #BirdHelmetSelfie. Using machine learning to identify helmet usage, riders will then be rewarded with future ride credits and potentially other rewards that are yet to be discussed. We know that wearing a helmet is an important thing, especially when moving through traffic. You know, when you're riding a scooter. So we hope that this catches on and we start to see a decline in head trauma injuries from riders. Wear helmets and protect your brain. This week in science. Scientists have recently found evidence of a weakened black hole that could be a nursery for new stars. The black hole that is centered in the Phoenix Cluster galaxy, only around 5.8 million light years away, from us that is, scientists have observed that the stars are forming very quickly and jets of gas from the black hole appear to be helping the process along. This phenomenon is something that astronomers have been trying to find for a very long time, according to Michael McDonald, the astronomer that led this study from MIT. He said that the energetic output from black holes can enhance cooling, leading to dramatic consequences. Typically, the burst of gases from black holes prevent the birth of stars, but this newly discovered black hole seems to be allowing the cooling of gases around it at an acceptable rate, allowing stars to form at around 500 solar masses per year. In a tweet from last week, NASA said that this is a discovery that scientists have been looking for decades. It'll be interesting to find out what we're going to learn from this weakened black hole, even though what we're seeing happened 58 million years ago. You know, because that's how light works. Well, that's all from us this week. We hope you all enjoyed the show. And in spirit of Thanksgiving week, I did want to ask, what are you thankful for, Daniel?
Well, my friend, I'm thankful for this opportunity to come here almost every week and have a good time with you.
I really appreciate that, and I really hope it's not sarcastic, because I really appreciate, and I'm super thankful for everyone who helps me put this show together, including you, Daniel, and every once in a while we have Max on the show. We always have Julian behind the camera helping us do setup and our environments, you know, when our lighting looks good. And of course, Blake, who edits all of these videos and adds some just great cinematic stuff. We love you, Blake. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you all next Thursday. Bye. Thank you.
Eat chicken.
It's turkey.
I like chicken more.